The moon has always been more than light in the night sky. It's been our clock, our compass, our storyteller, and our mirror. When we look at the moon, we don't just see phases of light and shadow, we see phases of ourselves. Hello, and welcome to Torches Yoga and Mindfulness. I'm Lauren, and I'll be your coach. Today, we are talking about the moon as an archetype, and I'll show you some history of the symbolism. We'll talk about the light and the dark sides, and of course, I have some modern mindful practices. I have always been a lover of the moon and stars. As a kid, I had every square inch of my bedroom walls covered in those little glow-in-the-dark stars, and of course, a big moon. And as I got older, my fascination and my love for the moon and cosmos didn't fade. I even have a crescent moon tattooed on my shoulder and my hand. I know I can't be the only one, so let me know in the comments if you feel drawn to the moon. Humanity's relationship with the moon is one of the oldest we know. Long before cities and machines, people lived by the rhythm of moonlight. Farmers even still today plant by the moon's phases. Travelers journeyed by its glow, and storytellers wove its changing face into myths that explained life itself. In Greece, the moon was personified as Selene, a goddess with a silver crown who rode her chariot across the night sky. In Rome, she became Luna, the soft yet powerful counterpart to the blazing sun. In India, Chandra, the moon god, was seen radiant and nourishing, carrying the key to immortality. For ancient Egyptians, the moon held immensely significant meaning, symbolizing rebirth and renewal, and was associated with many of their deities, such as Khonsu. Khonsu? Khonsu. And then there is Tsukuyomi. Tsukuyomi. I think I'm saying that right. In Japan, this was a mysterious moon deity tied to balance and order. Across cultures, the moon has been linked to cycles, intuition, fertility, and mystery. We can see just how deeply humans have always leaned on this archetype to make sense of our own inner landscapes. The moon teaches us that change is constant, waxing, full, waning, or new. Each phase has its meaning. The new moon or dark moon reminds us that even when we aren't shining, no matter the phase we're going through, we are still ourselves. This is a great phase for introspection and, of course, journaling that introspection to better understand what's hidden in our heart, and a good time to set intentions for the new cycle. The waxing phase is a time of growth and building energy, new projects, and responsibilities. If you're planning on starting a new practice, habit, or endeavor, try to schedule it during the new or waxing phase. The Declaration of Independence was signed and Apple was founded during waxing phases. Just a little food for thought. The full moon is a time of illumination, clarity, and the peak of our energy. It's a time to reflect on what has come to fruition since the last full moon, or what of the unknown can be seen now that we have the light of the full moon illuminating it. The waning moon phase is a great time for release, letting go and making space, whether figuratively or literally. Maybe in the next waning phase, you fill a box with clothing or items from around your home that no longer serve their purpose. Clothes you haven't worn in the last 12 months or that may not fit right anymore. And take them to a local donation center. Not Goodwill. So, we know the moon doesn't shine with its own fire, but its light is a reflection. And this too is a powerful symbol. The light of awareness often comes through reflection. We learn about ourselves not only in moments of brightness, but also in quiet observation, what we carry in shadow. And I think most every archetype has a shadow side, because how could it be a truth without balance? For the moon, the shadow is illusion, confusion, and even fear of the dark. When we forget that shadows are natural, we may resist them. We may try to cling to the full moon moments of life when everything feels bright and certain. But the moon archetype invites us to embrace all phases, even when things feel unclear. It reminds us that just because you can't see the whole picture doesn't mean the cycle has stopped. Growth is still happening in the dark. Culturally, we've projected those fears onto the moon itself. The very word lunacy comes from luna, the Latin word for moon. For centuries, people believed the full moon could stir madness, turning reason upside down. Have you ever been having like a weird week, just kind of full of odd encounters and unusual interactions? Than your normal day to day, maybe you're talking to a friend, a coworker, or a service worker, and in response to the odd experiences you've shared, they say, well, you know it's a full moon out. In folklore, the full moon is when werewolves rise, ordinary people transformed into something wild, dangerous, and uncontrollable. These stories remind us of the archetype shadow. The parts of ourselves we fear might break loose under pressure. The moon teaches that the shadow is not meant to be denied, but acknowledged, integrated, and worked with. Think about a moment in your own life where things felt uncertain or even a little chaotic. Can you look back and see how that was just one phase? The moon can teach us patience, trust, and the acceptance of rhythm. In many traditions, people honor the moon with rituals that help mark the time and set intentions. At the full moon, celebrations often center around gratitude and illumination. Journaling under the moonlight or simply sitting outside and breathing deeply can connect you with clarity. At the new moon, people set intentions, plant seeds for the coming cycle, or visualize what they wish to grow. But ritual doesn't have to be elaborate. Sometimes mindful living with the moon is as simple as noticing. When you step outside, ask yourself, what phase is the moon in tonight? What phase am I in? You might even use your breath as a mini lunar cycle, something we can witness in the moment. Imagine the inhale as the waxing moon, gathering light. The pause at the top of the breath is the full moon, radiant and still. See the exhale as the waning moon, releasing what you no longer need. And the pause at the bottom as the new moon, empty but full of potential. This practice brings cosmic cycles right into our body. Not necessarily across all cultures, but in many, the moon has long been associated with the feminine, not the sense of gender, but the archetypal qualities of receptivity, reflection, and intuition. Its cycles echo the menstrual cycle, and its cool glow balances the heat of the sun. In mindfulness, we can draw on this lunar energy by honoring our inner voice, our dreams, and our subconscious. Just as the moon lights the night, intuition lights the part of life that reason alone can't. In fact, many cultures believe dreams are ruled by the moon, guiding us through our inner landscapes. If you keep a dream journal, maybe notice how your dreams may shift with the moon's phases. So, now that we are in modern day, where everything is fast paced and brightly lit, it's easy to forget the importance of shadow, of cycles, and of rest. The moon reminds us that life is not a straight line of constant growth. It's a waxing and waning, action and rest, illumination and mystery. Bringing the moon energy into mindful living might look like allowing yourself to rest without guilt, accepting that clarity comes and goes, creating rituals of release like writing down what you want to let go of under the waning moon, and then burning or burying that paper. Or simply looking up at the night sky to remember you too are part of something vast and cyclical. Let's pause for a brief reflection together. If you're in a safe space to do so, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a slow, deep breath in and exhale fully. Picture the moon above you, full and bright. Let its glow fill you with clarity. Notice what feels illuminated in your life right now. Now imagine the moon beginning to wane, its light softening. What can you release? What no longer needs to be carried? If something pops in your mind, acknowledge it, and then scan your body and notice if it shows up as tension or weakness, a chill or heat, somewhere else in your body. and let your exhale guide that sensation to release. Finally, see the sky darken with a new or dark moon, an empty canvas. In this quiet place, what seed of intention would you like to plant for yourself? For a moment, just hold that image in your mind's eye, however it shows up for you. Friend, I invite you to silently return to this present moment, carrying that sense of the cycle, rhythm, and possibility with you. Friend, the moon archetype is a guide through changes. It reminds us that every phase, bright or shadowed, serves a purpose. Just like the tides it pulls, our lives rise and fall, grow and release. When you honor the moon, you honor the natural rhythm within yourself. So the next time you see the moon in the sky, pause, breathe, and remember, you are always in motion, always transforming, always whole, no matter which phase you find yourself in. Next week, we are going to take a deep dive into the sun. So make sure you're subscribed and you hit the like button for me too before you go. Friend, thank you so much for sharing a piece of your day with me. Stay present, stay kind to yourself, and I will see you soon.